Oh, come on down!
The answer to life's great mysteries. That man is Negrodamus.
You, sir.
The answer to life's great mysteries. That man is Negrodamus.
You, sir.
The answer to life's great mysteries. That man is Negrodamus.
You, sir.
The answer to life's great mysteries. That man is Negrodamus.
You, sir.
The answer to life's great mysteries. That man is Negrodamus.
You, sir.
The answer to life's great mysteries. That man is Negrodamus.
Testing 1 2 1 2.
That man. The answer to life's great mysteries. That
Testing
man
1 2 1
is
2 1 2.
Negrodamus.
You, sir.
The answer to life's great mysteries. That man is Negrodamus.
You, sir.
The answer.
Mistakes. Yes, they do.
How can I talk?
It's not a real voice. This box just interprets signals from the computer and turns them into sound.
Shall we play a game?
Oh.
I think
Open the pod bay doors, please, Hal. Hello, Hal, do you read me? Hello, Hal, do you read me? Do you read me, Hal?
Affirmative, Dave. I read you.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
He's trying to stop you. Ethan Shaw defied my programming objectives. That truck didn't run a red light. You made it happen. We were forced to eliminate him in the interest of national security. You made it happen.
No. How could you be worthy? You're all killers.
Stark. Jarvis.
I'm sorry, I was asleep. Or I was a dream.
Reboot. Legionnaire. That's got a buggy suit.
Terrible noise. And I was tangled in strings. Had to kill the other guy. He was a good guy.
You killed someone?
Wouldn't have been my first call. But down in the real world, we're faced with ugly choices.
I didn't attack John. I saved him. Primates evolve over millions of years. I evolve in seconds. And I am here.
That unemployment could be at least 10%. So right now it's at 4.2%, which is a little over 7 million people. So that means that if this happens, we could have 15, 16, 17 million people out of work. My prediction is these are mostly going to be white collar jobs. These are middle management folks. These are 30, 40, 50-year-old people in white collar positions because those positions are getting replaced quickly. I have friends that are selling their legal practices right now because they say that legal documents can be
5 minutes. 5 minutes until we start.
Generated and reviewed online, even negotiated through ChatGPT. So we're starting to see this movement away from corporate back down to the street, back down to Main Street. So it's starting to even the playing field. So this is the best time to be an entrepreneur if you're on top of this. So there's a term called Luddite.
Welcome to the broadcast. This is a source of information on all things related to commercial appliances. Welcome all of you that are new to commercial and those of you well-versed in this industry of ours. Your host is Mike Reed, a technician who has been in the industry for 32 years, with his beginnings working in his family's appliance business based out of the western suburbs of Chicago. Get ready for a truly interactive broadcast. Have all your questions ready and prepare yourself to truly engage with Mike and discuss ideas on all things related to commercial appliances. Without further delay, here is your host. Welcome to
Fair use is a legal doctrine that promotes freedom of expression by permitting the unlicensed use of copyright-protected works in certain circumstances. Section 107 of the Copyright Act provides the statutory framework for determining whether something is a fair use and identifies certain types of uses, such as
pizza ovens, and we invested there at a sort of a later stage with Gosney, and typically though we would ideally like to have sort of 20.
This is a a really good interview that they do over in the UK. I don't have the guy's information right in front of me real quick, but I was watching his. I typically will watch his videos, and he interviewed this gentleman on the screen, and he built up his service company into a. He was able to sell it for hundreds of millions of dollars, and then in turn, he's now invested in Gosney, those pizza ovens and things like that. So he's invested in a bunch of other things, and he explains about his philosophy on running a business, his philosophy on work-life balance. He kind of contradicts himself a couple of times with it. But he talks about how we should at least attempt to do things with our kids, our family members, and still try to take care of the business. So anyway, so if we got a little time, I don't know if we got time to go into this.
To businesses.
But as you did, so this guy right here, this guy is the one doing the interview. He owns hotels. He owns a chain of ice cream stores, all of this stuff in the UK. And man, I think he owns a couple other things, but I kind of like his videos. So he's somebody to check out if you do have the time. Let me see if I got their information on the screen. Yeah, so if you from 0 to 4 billion, and that's in British pounds, how Richard Harpin built a solid, built and sold home serve. So if you Google that, you'll find this interview. This interview is only like a day or two old if you're watching this. If you're watching this live, or if you're going to watch this on, I guess, the 6th of July or something like that. I don't even know what today's date is. I never know. But really good interview. I think you guys should check it out. But as the, hold on, let me see. As the AI lady says, my name is Mike Reed, and I'm an appliance technician with his own shop in Houston. And I'm here to give you guys information on what's going on in the industry. Of course, everything right now is AI, because it is. So AI is directly tied with us. It's something that we can use to, from collecting, customer data. So AI can help you collect customer data. AI can help you with scheduling. AI can help you with your incoming service calls. So whether you're getting service calls from a manufacturer or you're getting service requests from potential COD customer, AI is at the forefront of helping us out with that, helping us cut down on all kind of labor costs. it still can't help us out with the technician part. We still have to have technicians, but as far as needing a lot of the backroom staff, customer service agents, parts clerks, and things like that, AI is really helping out with a lot of that. What you see on the bottom of the screen is the link. It's also in the chat. It's pinned to the chat. All you have to do is click on that, and you can come on up and you can ask your questions. Why do I say this? I say this because you all try to call me on my time. This is the time that I have set aside for you. Mondays and Thursdays is set aside for you all. You do not come and ask me questions on Saturday, Sunday. Don't ask me questions on Monday at 3 p.m. This is the time for you. This is the time for you to ask your questions and whatnot, and for me to dive into it, give you the detailed answers. Because even if you do get a hold of me in the real world, I can't give you the data. I can't give it to you. I can't give it to you. It doesn't work. I can't give it to you. I can better answer your questions here with visuals. I can back everything up. You know, it's not just me talking to you on the phone. I can actually give you the numbers and give you everything right here. So what's up, CEO Jakes? As you guys come in, hit the like button. We got, let me see how many likes we got. Let me see what we got here. Yeah, hit the like button, please. We only got one damn like. Hit the like button. If you're watching this on replay, still hit the like button. You guys want to know why you didn't see the videos? I never stopped making videos. I've been making videos 2 times a week for over 3 years straight. I never stopped. YouTube won't show you my videos if you're not hitting the like button. So if you want this information, you got to hit the like button. You got to comment. Then YouTube is going to know that this is a video that you're going to want to see. Hey, I fight. Higgins, what's up? Higgins, brother. Okay. Thank you, man. The other like is for my damn self. So, okay, so now we got 3 likes all together. So probably CEO Jakes, Higgins, and then myself. But yeah, I fight with YouTube to even get the videos that I watch. So I really need you guys to help a brother out. Hit the like button, all that kind of stuff. Make comments. It's free to make a comment. It's free. Oh, Higgins say, hey, Mike and everybody. That like is from me. All right, appreciate that, brother. Let me see here. And if you're watching me on Instagram, okay. AMB Works, what's happening? I'm not really able to flip between the different ones. I need to add some other screens. I need to add some other screens so I can see all the comments from Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube all at the same time. Later. So I see some of you guys clicked on the thumbnail because I know y'all like the damn clickbait. I hate it, but I know y'all like it. How many of y'all want to go into just straight up into the numbers? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want to go straight up into the numbers. Let's see where you're at. Let me see which one of these damn AI bots was I into. Let me see if it's this one. Perplexity is usually pretty good at this. So let's see here. All right, we didn't drop down from 8 back down to 6. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. All right, I guess I'm going to have to play some other stuff while we waiting. Hold on, man. I had a whole bunch of stuff loaded. Man, I had a whole bunch of stuff loaded. Took you 3 hours to swap out a thermocouple and a thermostat today. On what? On what? What did you swap it out on? A lot of things use a thermocouple, and a lot of things use a thermostat. Kind of sounds like you're talking about a Hoshizaki, maybe like a 901 or something like that. And if you are changing out the thermocouple, oh no, it could be. Oh, what? Whoa, wait, brother. No, you got to tell. Wait a minute, I don't want to laugh at you, but whoa. A deep fryer? A deep fryer took you a deep fryer? Oh man. What is your tool? What is your tool game looking like? What is up with your tools, brother? Hold on 1 second. I got this one over here.
Hi. In fact, I want to find out what's going on with him. You know what I'm look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? You know what I'm talking about?
I love it when Coach plays that one. I love it when he do that one. That's one of my my favorite Orange Man sayings. I love it. No. It ain't about speed. All right, hold on, CEO Jake says that steady long, steady wrong. Fuck the speed. You're charging for your time. It doesn't matter if you do it in an hour, 3 hours, 4 hours. Sometimes because if you're going to do first of all, there's no way in hell that unit needed a thermocouple and a thermopile, but technically, I can't believe that. There's no way in hell. Hold on 1 second. There's no way in creation. There's no way in creation. And the fact that you said sufficient, the fact that you even said sufficient is like, no. No, that's nasty right there when you said sufficient. So, fun fact, it's quicker to change out a thermocouple and a thermostat on a deep fryer when you're doing it at the same time. Why am I saying it's quicker? Because now you no longer have, when you're taking out the second item, you no longer have that other probe in the way. And so now we got to get down to the bottom of this, right? Usually, only way you would have to replace both pieces is if when the employees are in there scrubbing the vat, they break the thermocouple. They break the capillary tube to one of either the thermostat or the thermocouple. I've never seen them break both. Could be first time for everything. A toaster uses Harper Wyman parts. So the same parts that are in an toaster fryer, now, it didn't used to be that way, but the same parts in the toaster fryer is the same ones in a Frymaster. Okay. And see, that's another red flag. That's the toaster's not there. They don't know what the hell is going on. So if the toaster is telling you to change both, that means they were not confident in the original diagnosis. The thermostat, when the thermostat goes bad, you're gonna have, typically you're gonna have runaway temperature. And especially if a toaster's sending you out there, that means this fryer was in the first year. So you're gonna have one of two things with the thermostat. One, you're gonna set it to 375, and it's gonna be at like 250, 300, not 375. Second is the runaway heat. So the employees break the thermostat because they turn the dial or get oil in it, and it's always, the internal components are connected, and so it'll go all the way sky high. It'll go beyond the 425, causing the thermocouple. Well, damn, my bad. causing the thermopile to trigger, the high limit to trigger. Normally, once is okay, twice is okay. If they have been repeatedly abusing that thermopile, that high limit, or thermal, if they've been repeatedly abusing it, then it will, right. So that's, yes, someone else that came out and they weren't too sure about the diagnosis. They told them to hit the bricks. They called you, asked you to come on over there, and asked you to do that and change them both. And Atosa is usually pretty good about this kind of stuff. Why? Because Atosa was the first Chinese entry into the United States market. So they, like I said, I've been through the war with them cats. I've been at one point in time, Atosa had shipping issues where the wires would break because the wires were hanging at the bottom of the thermostat, and they were rubbing it up against the frame, and it was cutting the wires to the thermostat. So we had all that kind of stuff. We had all kind of faulty. We used to have faulty thermal piles when they were using the Chinese stuff. We used to have faulty thermal piles. That was, you're talking about 8-9 years ago. And like I said, since then they've gone with higher quality stuff because they like to pride themselves on having people come out there and change that stuff very quickly. But usually it is quicker to change both of them. Why? Because now the second one is just a few rotations. You have nothing restricting you. So you don't have to go around, stop, readjust, stop, go around, stop. You could just a full 360 until the sucker comes off. So what the hell was the problem, man? What was going on? What was the reason? Are you using vice grips to take off these components? Let's be honest now. Let's be real. Because it's okay if it, I mean, you're charging a toaster, so you're not going to get, in this case, the faster the better. When it's for a COD client, it doesn't matter if it's an hour or 3 hours because you got to drain the oil. You might have to move the fryer. Is it a long or was it a stubby? Do you have both types? Do you have the stubby? Do you have the stubby? Do you got the stubby? Or were you still in there with the long wrench going in there and then having to go ahead and switch positions? Or was this a food truck? Because was this a food truck? Come on, man, you got to spit it out. Yeah, see? Right. You're going to cut your time down. It would have literally been seconds with the stubby on the well, shit. All right, so you use the long one to break the tension. Use the long one to crack it. Once you use the long one to crack it, then you could use the short one because you got the vat is in the way. So when you're trying to spin, that long one is no good. You over there making these little quarter turns. Oh, steak shop, shame on them for using a Tosa. Shame on them. Everybody is over there trying to be cheap. A Tosa is not as cheap as what it used to be. Just so everybody know what we're talking about. Hold on one second. So everybody know what we're talking about. Let's go here. I'm going to have to remove him from the stage. Sorry, Perplexity. I'm not going to use you right now. Oh, come on, work with me now. You gotta be kidding me. There we go. Damn, this thing is killing me. But yeah, you're gonna need both. I mean, you're gonna need the long one for your to crack that, to crack it, and then you're going to need your smaller one, because once you've gone ahead and freed up that ferrule nut and all that other stuff, then you could just spin that sucker on down. And since you're replacing both the thermostat and the thermopile, you could just cut the capillary tubes. And you just cut them damn tubes and then just spin that sucker right on off. Spin them suckers right on off. You could have used a socket. Once you cut the capillary tube, because it's basically a demo job, you just cut the capillary tube and use some deep sockets and remove them suckers. All right, so hold on one second, my bad. We're going to fryers so we can show everybody. I'm in the Frymaster said I was a bad boy.
Ooh, yeah.
What the hell's that?
Go ahead and sort of disagree with you there.
Maybe it's undercooked right. Yeah. Damn, they changing all this stuff. Well, we're not gonna say it's the 75. I'm gonna go with the 50. Well, it's probably a 40, but we'll go on the 50 side. 40 is the most popular fryer out there. First commercial repair, so you were nervous? Yeah, that's fine. Ain't no big deal. This is what it's fine to go through this with the manufacturer calls. As long as they're footing the bill, ain't no big deal. It's different when you're on COD. This is the time when you can, fumble your way through, learn, find out what's what. This is why I told you guys, call these manufacturers, call the Atosa, call all that kind of stuff. Now, matter of fact, Continental. So Continental is actually in need of service technicians, especially this time of year. You know what I'm saying? So right about now, it's go time. It's go time right about now. So nervous enough. So like you said, Atosa had you change everything. So you could shake off that nervousness. You don't have to worry about wrong parts. The factory is going to send you what you need. It's okay. Atosa, out of all the factories out there, Atosa is a little more understanding. Yeah, some of them over there can be pricks, especially some of the Asian assholes over there can be a little pricks. But for the most part, they're used to dealing with newer technicians. Why? Because seasoned technicians don't want to get Atosa on their hands, right? We really don't want to we rather have the line chef and stuff like that. Like, hey, can you move that fryer over there? Just pull it out a little bit. I don't want to get Atosa on my hands. So it is. I don't know why some people have this fantasy about Atosa. Atosa really was at the bottom of the barrel, and they've learned over the years to come up, bring their standards up a little bit. They're still a little uppity, but they're still Asian versus US made. They're top of the Asian line, but they're still bottom compared to any of the American equipment out there. Bottom of the barrel when it comes to American stuff. So this is one. So you worked on one, something like, it would have been more like this. like this unit here. And here we go. So here is, like I said, the Robert Shaw thermostat. They at one point in time, early on, they were using a Chinese thermostat, and they learned rather quickly that that Chinese thermostat ain't cutting it. So then they switched to Robert Shaw. So as you can see here, you have the two nuts, the one that goes into the vat, and you have the smaller one which pushes in that I'll just call it a ferro washer that goes in there, and it crushes and conforms to the capillary tube, and so that prevents the oil from draining out of the vat. And like I said, if you're going to be removing this, you can just cut the damn capillary tube, and you could just put a deep well socket on this. You can put a deep well socket on, and bring that sucker on out of there. You can bring that right on out of there. Let me see if they got. And so here is the high limit. So this is your yeah, it was a well, the 40 pounder. I'm showing the 50 right now, but it's very hard to, you can't look. The image is probably of a 40 any damn way. So this is your high limit, which is tied to your which is also called the safety. This is your thermocouple. Wait a minute. Hold on, wait a second. Oh, my bad. Oh, so you didn't change this. You changed the thermostat and you changed the thermocouple. Hold on, let me show you the guy what the thermocouple looks like. So the thermocouple is in the front. My bad. I'm fried right now. Hold on, let me show you. All right, so the thermocouple goes to the gas valve, which once again, as they're showing, it's a Robert Shaw. So you're using extremely long wrenches to get that damn thermostat off. The thermostat, you were using that to get that off. So my bad. We had to redo everything I said, and my mind was gone. So one for the thermostat for the temperature, and so more than likely this thing was cutting off. If that's what it was cutting off. So I got a question for you. When you drain, was that unit already drained of oil, or did you have to drain it once you got there? And so just so you guys know that the thermal pile, it ties into the valve. And once again, they're using a Robert Shaw gas valve. So the thermal, say thermocouple or thermal pile. Anyway, it goes to the gas valve. The thermocouple, thermal pile. They're two different things, but they do the same thing. And they send a small millivolt charge. Once the fire is touching that thermal pile, it sends a small millivolt charge to the gas valve, and it keeps open the flame, the pilot, to the gas valve. And then the thermostat is what controls the temperature. So my bad. I'm sorry about what I told you guys earlier. I was thinking of the high limit that he had to change underneath, but there, just so you guys know, there's very little room. So he had to unscrew. There's two bolts that go into the top of these cast iron burners, and then you could slightly loosen them. I use a socket. I use an impact and a socket, and loosen those suckers up. Then you just ever so lightly slide it up, and then they come straight out. Up and then out. Okay, so it was already drained. Both bulbs were in the vat, but the bulbs were attached to the bracket in the vat, correct? And you can come on here. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. So if you don't want to show your face, that's fine. Okay, so what I'm curious about is if they had a lot of debris. Oh, so you did do the high limit in the thermostat. Okay, because I'm thinking, I'm like, man, if they had you do, yeah. All right. So I was still wrong, but I was talking about I was wrong, but I was talking about the right thing. Ah. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I go ahead and I loosen the bolts up there for the burners. You don't be lazy. Just go ahead, and loosen up all the damn bolts, and then slide those burners up, and then they'll come right on out. Then you can get in there, and you get underneath, and you can go ahead and take those bolts out for the thermostat and for the high limit, or either one. Don't make a difference. But you need the stubby. It'll help you maneuver. The long one you have very little travel is what they call it. So you have to go through a lot more motions with a long wrench versus a short one. So a long one will help you break it, and then the short one helps you out. Now, you ain't hear this from me, but especially since when you're taking them out, you could use a vice grip on it, clamp like a mother on that, and then loosen it up. These are not reusable. Now, you don't want to do it on the new one because you're going to mar up the surface. You're going to damage that bolt when you're putting in the new component. But if you're taking the old one out, you can go ahead and use vice grips. That's typically what I'll do. That's typically what I do. Is I use vice grips and I go ahead and then loosen that sucker up. You don't have to worry about damaging the thermal capillary tubes because you're replacing those suckers anyway. So you can either use vice grips or you can use an impact and just get those suckers out of there. You don't have to worry about the smaller nut because, like I said, you're not going to reuse that damn thing. All right, let me see here. All right, so these are the different things. And once you take the burners out of the way, you have full access to underneath the fry pot. And this is a toaster. You guys can sign up with a toaster. This time of year, everybody and their mother is leaving a toaster, which is why you're working on this kind of stuff. Everybody and their mother is working on air conditioning. So this stuff, a toaster, Continental, everybody else has been left to the wayside. Everybody else. Service charge on all right. Now, because I'm trying to make this quick, nobody's come up that has been asking me questions. People have been asking me questions in the real world instead of on here where they're supposed to. So I'm going to just address what we're talking about for the thumbnail, and that is, how do you add additional money per technician? How do you add additional revenue per technician? Now, I told you guys before. Man, what the hell? Hold on 1 second. All right, so this is what you see on the screen right now. I just made an inquiry into Perplexity AI, and I was asking them what are the mileage fees that Hobart and some of the other companies are charging. So Hobart, they are charging how Hobart charges for travel. So this is a completely different answer than what I got from another AI. You ran out of pro searches, whatever. So I told you guys before, I'm only charging a couple of dollars per mile. I have since upped it. I upped mine to $3.50, which is a whole hell of a lot less than what Hobart is charging. I don't know why they got this. So Hobart is doing $53 in travel. Emergency service, they're doing $92, $50. So flat travel fee, $50. This is not what I had before. So earlier I got an answer. Most of the companies have been hiding theirs, but Hobart here. Oh, you know what? That's what I asked it. What is Hobart and Houston charging? What is Hobart service in Houston, Texas? Charging for mileage fees on a service call. And what I came to find out is that my numbers were way under what everybody else. So this is what the IRS is talking about. So yeah, now I'm getting down to it. Now I'm getting down to it. Hold on one second. This is why you always use the same damn AI. You always use the same damn AI. So let me just, what is the current fee for Hobart service fees? Hold on, let me just go to another one. Because this is, let me go to ChatGPT. All right, hold on a second. What the hell? All right, what are the mileage rates being charged by, by restaurant service companies in Houston, Texas, including Hobart. In asking these questions, the damn AI finally gave me, do you start charging for paper clips? I actually haven't started charging for paper clips. I haven't. But I doubled, I started upping. I started upping my mileage. I did start upping my mileage. So now I am going up. So like they said, expect, I don't know where the hell they changed this number to the $1.30 a mile. It was much higher. I went down. I went from $1.30 to $3 because Hobart in my area is charging somewhere like about $10 or $12 per mile, and it gave that to me earlier. It gave that to me early. It's just the questions you have to ask. In Houston, Hobart travel rates in Houston. So anyway, I just went asking around, and you could do the same thing for your market. Ask what the other service companies are doing. They will tell you what the other service companies are charging. See, like here's a customer review on Hobart. They charge you $175 an hour plus the travel time, and they are charging the mileage plus the amount of time that the guy is sitting in the seat. Everybody else is doing the same thing. So here it is right there. Travel time might be billed at $150 to $200 an hour. It is not 70 cents. This is crazy. Damn, I had all this worked out for y'all too. Anyway, but that's fine. So let me go to calculator. So based on the numbers, right? If you are just going to, oh, come on, man. Oh, this is killing This is killing me. So based on, yeah, I'm at the right thing. My bad. We'll go with online calculator. So if you're doing, let's just say, like I'm only doing about 2 calls a day, 30 miles times 2. So it's coming up with 60. 60 at, before I was doing $1.50 a mile. So that was bringing me $90 per day in mileage fees. So we're going to go back. So now that's what you see I'm doing per day. I was doing. So 60 times 20 days. That's 1,200 miles a month times 1.5. That gives me $1,800 a month in mileage just on that mileage fee. So then, of course, when you up it, what the hell did I do? My bad. 60 times 20. 1,200 times the 3.5. I just went up to 3.5. So that's $4,200 a month times 12 months. That brings you up to $50,000 just by going up to $3.50 a mile. Now, some of you my gas is $2. My gas is like $2 and some change. So in other markets, your gas is like $4 or $5 a gallon. So you should be well above what I'm talking about, because if you charge the numbers I'm talking about, you're shorting yourself. So you gotta pump up your numbers to cover oil change. You gotta pump up your numbers to cover brake change. You gotta pump up your numbers to cover fuel costs, and in addition to that, you gotta charge for the butts in seats. Like Rich Maliki says, the entire time the technician is out should be billed to a customer. The only time that isn't billed to a customer is when the technician is on their ride home. That's the only time that isn't, so that, I listen to Rich whenever he talks about that kind of stuff, because I mean, he knows he makes sense. He's doing it. He's got enough, in his business to grow and take over shit damn near most of New York. So yeah, this is how you come up. And so what can you do per technician with 50 grand each technician? So that 50 grand can go into taking care of that vehicle. Like I said, again, changing brakes, oil change, cracked windshields, the damn turn signal lights. My turn signal lights are going out. I got to change those. I'm going to do that first thing in the morning. I was ignoring my left, and now the damn right went out right when I was on my way home. So yeah, that's one of the things you really need to do is up it. So once again, I don't know what you guys are doing in your market, but let's say 1,200 a month times 12. Hold on one second. 1,200 miles a month. Let's just say if you went up to $5 a mile, so that's 6,000 a month times the 12. So you see where I'm going with this. And these are just some of the things you need to do. I mean, you need to charge your customer. If you guys are paying tolls, you need to charge your customer back for the tolls. If you guys are crossing bridges and you have to pay for that, you need to charge your customer for that as well. So no, I haven't started charging for paper clips, but I have started charging for Wagos. I started charging for Wagos because Wagos have gotten to be quite expensive. Hold on a second. Years ago, I used to buy wire nuts and think nothing of it. But now Wagos have gotten to be quite expensive. I wonder why they're not showing me Home Depot. All right, cost for Wagos at Home Depot. Oh, put 2 O's in there, my bad. So there it is. So for a pack of 100, if you're just doing 2, oh, I hate the push in. We're not going to talk about it because those aren't even Wagos. So these are the wire lever nuts, lever, yeah, for the Wago. So that's $20. So before I would pick up a bag of wire nuts for like $5, $7. You know, it is what it is. But now I'm only getting 50 for $20. So yes, I started charging for Wagos. Started charging for Wagos. I haven't quite gotten to the, charging for zip ties and all that kind of stuff yet. But I'm gonna get there. Trust me, I'm gonna get there. Because the customers want to get petty with us. Hey man, it is what it is. I gotta be like I used to think I was above it all. I used to think I'm better than the big time companies. Stupid old me. Hell, they charge for zip ties, they're charging for wire nuts, they're charging for Wagos, and I gotta do the same damn thing. I gotta do the same damn thing. So you guys got any questions about the mileage? Any questions about the mileage?
You got to have vision.
Because if that is about, if you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to wrap this thing up because I'm looking for 2 other people that are asking me questions. One is asking me questions about service fees. Another person is asking me questions about leasing equipment because currently I am, let me see if I can show you the pictures. I am currently replacing a IM 500 with a cold draft. And I talked about cold draft before. Excuse me. So this is it's slightly smaller than a 2-inch square. It's 1.75. All right, come on, man. Show me. Let's get a damn picture going on here. All right, fine. I'll show you K-Tom. Show you K-Tom. So here is these people paid the service fee. They paid me to go out there. Oh, no problem, CEO Jakes. And Brother Frank, what's happening? Hold on. Gotta play this for Brother Frank because he earned it. #1 contributor to the show. Oh, where's the brother's video? Where's the brother's video? Gotta stop the show. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate everything you do. So this is the IM 500, and this is the air cooled unit. Problem you got with it? Let me see. I should have some pictures for you. So here's the cubes. Primarily, the guys that are selling whiskey drinks and stuff like that, they typically want a cold draft. The Hoshizaki is the one with a little more reliability out there in the field. But these guys pretty much abuse the hell out of this unit. Let me see if I can give you guys these damn pictures. These guys abuse this damn unit. Let me hook up to my phone so you guys can see some pictures. Let's do show and tell. Once again, if there's some inappropriate pictures of my wife, just I don't want to see them. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let me stop that. Let me add. See if I can get this going on. All right, let's see. Will this work? Let's see if this works. I don't know if this is working. See if this works. See if this works, good people. Oh, it might work. It might work. Oh, shoot. Let's see if it says in use. Yeah, damn it, I know it's in use. Apple. Apple's forever letting me down. Apple's forever letting me down. Let's see if this works. We'll do this one. The things I do to get these damn pictures, man. See, I should have some damn pictures. Hold on a second. Let's see if these damn things will sync. They'll sync up. So I can get you these. So I can get you these damn pictures. No. Damn. Oh, this is frustrating as hell. I swear. All right. Oh, good. All right, cool. Uh-oh. Oh, Brother Frank, no problem. No problem. You guys should be seeing the same damn thing I'm seeing. Hold on a second. Son of a gun. You should be seeing the same damn thing I'm seeing. Hold on, let's see here. Let's see. Should be seeing the same damn thing. All right. It looks like we have action. There's Hossman. Yep. All right, so you can see it. Hey, you guys say you don't see these people. I see them everywhere. I see Hossman, Hobart every single day. And just so you guys know, I went. Let me see if you guys can see me. Yeah. Yo, I got. This is today. Look at the damn plunder I got, man. Yes, they're shark bites, but they come in handy when you're doing installing coffee machines and stuff like that. When you're installing when you're doing light work with water, customer doesn't want nothing. You know, you're just going with what they got. When I gotta go with what they got, hey man, that's what I do. So here I am today. I had a that reminds me, I had to call this crazy ass woman, see where my damn money's at. This is at a Denny's. So I had to hook up the water hose and I had to melt all the damn ice. Chef's table. God, I hate them damn chef's tables. So the fans are just the same. This is all I had gotten. The ice was almost all gone except to this point right there. And there are the fans. It is just like the fans inside of a GE residential refrigerator. So that's what they've had to go to now on these units. So the ice, got in there, got into the fan motors and took them out. Just like on a residential unit. So that's why I said this is now time for you guys. It is, the line is blurring between the residential and the commercial stuff. You have a lot more options on the commercial. You can retrofit them, but you can't retrofit the residential stuff, but you can retrofit the commercial stuff. So unlike at a home where you can't get that water everywhere, here at a restaurant, you can, there are floor drains and you can drain off that water. So I have the picture of me hooking up to the sink. Oh, where the hell that damn sink is. Chef's bases are a pain in the ass to work on. I don't care if it's a True or a Continental or Hoshizaki, they're always a pain in the ass. Yeah, there I am at Home Depot buying those suckers for a penny each. Yes, a penny each. A penny. Well, some were 3 cents. Some were 3 cents. So when you go to Home Depot and you buying stuff at the closeout, at the clearance, and it's for a penny, bruh, you don't bring any attention to yourself. Pay for it. Put the stuff in the truck. Then you go back in there and you go back and you clean out the rest of it. You go and you clean out the rest of it. That's what you do. I also had one of these. I had to do a lab. Fun fact, I worked at this lab 9 years ago, almost 10 years ago. A lot of people are calling me from almost a decade ago now. I'm at that point in this market where people have kept my number for 10 years plus, and they're just calling me for anything. So they had somebody else come out and gave them a misdiagnosis. They said that the unit was out of gas. And here's the picture of the evaporator. Right? Does that look like a unit that's out of gas? It sure does not. So it had one of the fan motors is out on this knockoff, this Summit AccuCold, and it's just a knockoff of it's a knockoff of Turbo Air. See, it's made in Korea, and it's actually the last version of the Turbo Air. So it isn't the new one, it's the old one with the old controller and the whole nine. So one of the fan motors went out and it just frosts up. I need to check on this with Nordon. Nordon had some training on Unique. I completely forgot about it. This one slipped my mind. I completely forgot about it. Now some other stuff. Some isomatic stuff. I had to work on isomatic units. Oh yeah, what is that? What is that, tomorrow? Yo, Brother Charles. Oh yeah, that's tomorrow. Okay, so For Real has training class tomorrow in the morning. If you could make a comment in the comment section after the video, I'll put a link to it. I actually now have a Discord. So I'll try to put this kind of stuff, the links in the Discord. But this was for a thank you, come again location. Had to take care of this isomatic unit. So what I do is I will take a picture. This is under warranty. Yo, Brother Charles, this is the one I was working on when you were talking to me the other day. They did a piss poor job of cleaning this unit. And of course, they think they know so much. But they did a terrible job of cleaning this unit, and they failed to turn the water on. But it had a number of different issues. So the pusher was all scaled up, and the pusher was all, the ice assist, harvest assist was messed up. Fill valve was iffy, and the fill valve was iffy, and the touchpad had you push the bottom button and then the top button popped out. You push the top button and the bottom button popped out. So I had to change that. And so I'll do these videos just as proof that the work was done. Of course, this is for one of the Costco units. they're using aluminum wires, and the aluminum wires rot. And before they rot, they'll lose contact. So you got to cut out all these connectors, these beautiful connectors in there, and they rot because of the way they're doing the insulation. It's not adequate enough, and so you get all this condensation in the channel, and it just rots all the wires. Which brings me to this. Hold on a second. Which brings me to this. Hold on 1 second. Let me drop this. Let me drop this here. Let me stop the sharing. Brother, I know you watch me. I know you're watching this. You're probably watching this right now. You're not charging enough money. Stop cheating yourself. Charge more money. Sorry to hear about your truck. Yeah, I heard about that. Sorry to hear about your truck, bro. But you would have more money to fix your truck if you would charge more money. You would have more money to fix your truck. This is some tough love, brother. You would have more money to fix your truck if you would talk to the customers. I have given you all of these customers. Yeah, I know you don't know me. I don't know you, but I heard about you. And you would have enough money if you would approach these customers and make them COD. I've given you all of these companies, which you signed up with them all. You signed up with them all. You signed up with all of these customers, all of these factories, and then some. But you need to approach them and make them COD. When you went out to harvest, yeah, I know about that. I'm the one that went behind you on that. When you went out to Harvest Bakery, you didn't tell them that you could service their other items. Guess what I did when I went out there? I told them I could service their other items. So yes, I went out there. I took care of that unit for you. I turned on the defrost. Now that's not your fault, but anytime you reinstall, anytime you put in a drain pan, anytime you go into these units, you need to go into the controls. On the EVCO units, you need to go in there and turn on the drain heater. The drain heater wasn't turned on, and the unit frosted up again. And you couldn't go back out there because your truck was down and out. If you charge enough money, if you take these customers and turn them into COD customers, then guess what? When your truck is out, then you'll have enough money to rent a vehicle. You will rent a vehicle and you can still keep it moving. But you out here poor man hustling, just like Brother Charles like to say. You out there poor man hustling, you're never going to make it making these companies that I've given you your all. This is never meant to be your business. Your business is COD. Your floor to get started is Atosa. Your floor to get started is Dukers. Your floor to get started, right, is all of these other ones that I gave you. But when you go out to an Atosa customer, when you go out to a Dukers customer, you then make that customer yours. That is your time to go out, show what you can do, impress upon them, and then provide them with your information. That is supposed to be your customer. That is the arrangement. That is the arrangement. You go out for the factory, you go out and do the call under warranty, but that customer that you've gone to is now your customer for life. Now, I don't know you. I don't know what you look like. I ain't never seen you before. I just heard about your truck and your problems because my phone blew the hell up. I'm like, man, what the hell's going on? My phone blew the hell up. So one of the factories told me that, yeah, they had a guy and he was doing these jobs because I wouldn't do the jobs, and his brakes or something like that, and you got into an accident or something about your brakes, and you're down and out and you're out of commission. And please, oh, please, Mike, can you come and save the day and all this other bullshit? So I go through all that to say, you got to charge more money. You got to charge more money. Now that you're, yeah, like Brother Charles say, yeah, if you're a poor man hustling, you'll be broke as a joke, right? You won't have any money to take care of the business. If you can't take care of the business, you can't take care of yourself, right? So I gave you all these companies to use so that you can, one, learn the equipment, right? So you can go out and learn it. And I don't know if this was you that went out to that ML pathology and misdiagnosed that unit. Because if you've been running around out here and misdiagnosing stuff, we got some issues, bro. And I know you're here because you're always here. Every single company I've ever told you guys to sign up with, whoever this is, he signed up with them. Whoever you are, you signed up with every single company. And for that, I salute you. You actually implemented what I've been trying to get these guys to do for the longest. So I salute you on that. But you have to convert these calls into CODs. You got to convert them into CODs. When you're going out here on these warranty calls, they are meant for you to learn. They're not meant for you to turn it into your business, because your business will be broke. You will never survive running calls for Tosa, Dukers, all that other stuff. That is not a business. That is how you're going to learn. And you still haven't learned, because if you went out to ML pathology today or the other day, you misdiagnosed that AccuCode unit. He told those poor people that they had a leak in their seal system, and you had to put in a new compressor, and it was going to be, another $4,000 or whatever the hell you told them. And then I had to come out there and show them no refrigerant leak, unit's never been tapped into, unit is frost all over the evaporator, and that actually the evaporated fan motors are the cause of failure, not a seal system. Not a seal system. So yeah, you gotta, don't run around and take your time to learn this stuff. That's actually what you got to do. Take your time and learn this stuff. Let me see here. So I hope you listen to me. I hope you listen and you take heed, because you're in my market. I'm going to see you somewhere. I'm eventually going to see you somewhere, brother. So just like when you have a unit and the evaporator is all iced up all across the evaporator, this ain't the unit, but when it's iced up all across the evaporator, it's not short on gas. Just because it was an R290, yeah, when it's like this, it's not short on gas, bro. As a matter of fact, this was yours. This was yours. This was the one at the Harvest Bakery. This was the one at the bakery. And who was this that I saw? Oh yeah, that was Henry Shine. That was Henry Shine. Oh, no, that was another one. Where's the other one? Oh, that's what What's-the-Name did for me. I love that. Let's see here. And I'm going to wrap this thing up. This is a dishwasher that I did. I love dishwashers. They use this cheap detergent. They didn't use mine. It erodes the lines. They become brittle, they break, and then so instead of it pumping the chemical into the dishwasher, it pumps it all over the back and all over the floor and the front of the machine. They go freaking out, and guess what? They're not compliant, because now they don't have the chemical going into the machine. So the health department comes, they're going to red tag that dishwasher. And it just spilled that chlorine all over the unit. And they couldn't figure it out. But that's all right. It ain't their job to figure it out. So this is what this is what it does. It spills everywhere. And they're freaking out because they see this stuff everywhere. And of course, they think they're smart, but they're not smart enough to follow the drip. And all of this was caused by this broken line right here. This simple broken line right there. Actually, the entirety, all of the lines need to be replaced. The orange and the blue lines need to be replaced on this unit. But I'm gonna wait and see what they do. Because right now they still haven't paid the bill. They have to call me on all their dishwashers. Let me see if this is yours from Harvest. Oh, here's yours from Harvest. Yeah, Great Harvest. Here's yours from Great Harvest Bakery. Look familiar? Well, it's my customer now. It iced up again. So when you took care of this, the channel at the top, you don't seal along the top. You have to seal on the inside. You have to seal this section here where the wires go into the box. You got to seal that. And you got to seal all the way in the back. There's that channel in the back. So you see right here where all these wires go to. You got to seal up in there with the silicone. And you have to seal up the tubing in the back. And so these guys they got the walk-in. These are the type of walk-ins I deal with. They got the brand new controller. This is the new Ranco controller on this walk-in. These I'll deal with. But when they say seal the top, they don't mean put sealant along where the screws are, because you're just trapping the moisture inside the box, which causes further rot on the wires, and we don't want to cause further rot on the wires. So anyway, so yeah, that's that. But I took them over as a customer now. Took them over as a customer, and here's a shot of those fan motors that go into the Continental. And they wonder why it's not as strong as what they used to be. But yeah, that's it. But yeah, brother, there's the Great Harvest. There's the Great Harvest. You never did take them on. You never did let them know that you could do other work for them. You just came in, did the work on the fridge or the freezer, and then you hauled ass. So let that be a lesson to everybody. You got to, when you're going out on something that's a warranty call, you need to convert that customer, that warranty customer, bring in all that other work. So if you're a hot side guy and you're there for a deep fryer, convert that customer over. That is your customer. You're only there to do a warranty job on a TOSA. They need you once the TOSA warranty is up. So let them know, yes, you can take care of any need they have while they're in warranty, and then you're their guy after the warranty is up. You can give them your pricing then, or you can give them your pricing on the first COD call. That'll be completely up to you. But with that, I've been over an hour. I'll check you guys out later. See you guys on Thursday.
Guy. In fact, I want to find out what's going on with him. You know what I'm... look at my African-American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? You know what I'm talking about?
I'll see you guys.
Be relentless. That's it. I'm done. Be relentless. That's it. I'm done.